For the first time in baseball, the reigning MVP has been traded to another team. Texas Rangers shortstop Alex Rodriguez, arguably the best player in all of Major League Baseball.
Who's arguing? Are you kidding?
I ain't arguing. His name is A-Rod, and he's coming to the Yankees. With us here in Studio B is the sports guy, Brian Kilmeade. They're all angry out there, you know. I'm from a small university in a big conference. The Ole Miss Rebels, we struggle against the big powerhouse Tennessees and Florida's world, but you know what? We win every now and then. And we moan and complain because Tennessee and Florida and LSU have too much money. You know what? Just too bad for Ole Miss, isn't it? And it's too bad for the Cubbies, and it's too bad for the Indians, and you know, it's just too bad. Too bad.
All right, thanks for having me on, Fred. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. All right, moving on now.
All right, here's the deal. It's official. The commissioner is supposed to give his final seal of approval. He said, okay, I can't stop this one. I stopped the Red Sox one because it was downgrading the contract. He was going to go to the Red Sox 2-3 months ago, but he was going to take less money to go to Boston and compete. And the union said, you can't do that, A-Rod. You're hurting our cause. Right. So now the Yankees went and did this. So what does it mean? It means Alex Rodriguez goes to third base and Derek Jeter stays at short. However, Ken Rosenthal, who's really respected inside baseball circles, does this stuff every single day, and a real good friend of the program, speculates that A-Rod, who says, I want to be captain of the Texas Rangers, who said before, I belong in Texas, I'm going to fight for the fans, who's been duplicitous, according to some, along the way.
It's a big word for Studio B.
But you know what? I'm going to look it up later. I don't know. I'm not sure really what it means. Is it on there? I'm not sure. All right. But he says that after Torrey leaves, which this is his last year, look for A-Rod because he's the better shortstop.
Did you just kill off Torrey?
No, well, it's his last year of his contract. Beat up, and then Jeter would move over. However, if you watch Derek Jeter every day, and I don't have the privilege of watching A-Rod every day, it's hard to imagine a healthy Derek Jeter having many people better than him, and I don't think that's really going to happen because he is the captain. And George Steinbrenner quoted today saying, Derek Jeter's still our captain. Tomorrow at the press conference, Derek Jeter, Joe Torre, and Alex Rodriguez, noon at Yankee Stadium.
Of course, had A-Rod been here last year when Derek Jeter got hurt on opening day, and would have been his position. Had A-Rod played for for all the time that Jeter was out, and had A-Rod been flawless, it would have been a difficult argument.
You want to talk money? Because that's what you really were saying before.
Okay.
$67 million, Texas, it will say, I will pay Alex Rodriguez to beat us every time we play. $67 million up to 2010. Now, this puts the Yankees, even though the Yankees got to digest $15 million a year, their payroll is $190 million. In baseball, Tampa Bay is the bottom. They pay $31 million. They're going to compete against each other. The Yankees are the only team willing to pay a tax on their payroll because the threshold is $117. That means the Yankees not only pay more than anybody else, they write a check for over $10 million to the bottom of the team, bottom tier of the roster. They actually pay out $90 million more than the Boston Red Sox.
Wow. Well, so everybody's going to complain, but A-Rod's coming to New York, and the truth is, if you look at it on paper, and with the knowledge that pitching wins championships, there could be the argument made that Boston's not in a bad position either.
You could say that. You could also say this. The Yankees have done it again, to Boston in particular.
You could also say 1918.
Their best player, right? They took their best player, Manny Ramirez, and they made it clear that he was dealt for A-Rod 2 months ago. We don't want you anymore. They took their best shortstop, Nomar Garcia-Parra, who was basically traded to Texas, and they said, we don't want you anymore. Well, that's the last year of his contract. Nomar might be too angry to play out for the Boston, so they might lose their shortstop, their outfielder, and they don't have the best shortstop in baseball.
Gosh,
that's a tough way to start the season.
That would be horrible, wouldn't it?
I'm not really sure if I catch the sarcasm or not.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It was great to see Junior win yesterday down in Daytona, wasn't it?
He won and did that right before that. It's the Wall Trip, Dale Earnhardt Jr. They've been dominating this thing for the past 4 years. Of course, 3 years ago, his dad loses his life. 6 years ago, his dad wins it. And then
for the first time in 20
the year that Dale loses his life, Michael Waltrip wins for the first time. 2 years later, last year, Michael Waltrip wins, and this time he almost lost his life in the spin out before. A lot of human drama, and there's no doubt about it. That is the sport that's growing leaps and bounds that people can't understand, they can't define, but it continues to grow. And why else would the President of the United States be there?
Well, it was a lot of fun to watch. And just getting, changing it from Winston Cup, it's going to bring a lot of people in.
Well, I enjoy it. Are we on the air?
We are, but we only have 4 seconds.
We would have this conversation actually in the newsroom.
We would.
Yeah, but we both get paid for this.
We do. It's great. Got to go. Be right back.